All right, we carry on with this then. We are now joined by Yamkela Ntola, Senior Lecturer from UNISA's Public Constitutional and International Law Department, to speak more on expectations in terms of U.S. international relations with a new leader at the helm. A very good afternoon to you, Yamkela. Thank you so very much for being with us here on SABC News this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Flo. Thank you very much for having me.
I mean, what is one to read into President Joe Biden's reestablishment of the U.S. Commitment to the World Health Organization on day one of taking office, especially in terms of international relations? What does this say? What message is this sending?
Of the United States wanting to re-enter the international fore, as far as creating good public relations or good international relations are concerned. In this sense, I think re-entering the World Health Organization sends a strong signal that the United States does indeed want to be a partner in the solution moving forth. Dealing immediately first with the COVID-related solutions and any other work that the World Health Organization will be involved in moving forward.
Yeah. The U.S. had, prior to the Trump administration, taken a lead role on many issues, one of them being, of course, climate change. Then we heard all these obscene things that Trump had to say about climate change. We see President Biden attempting to re-establish that lead. Has the damage been done, or will there be an impact on the signing of the climate accord, for instance? And will that change whatever war perceptions that might have existed in the country, and also that might have trickled to the rest of the world by people who believe that the former president was correct in his views?
To answer your first question, I don't think any damage has been done. I think if you remember, immediately after the United States had withdrawn from the climate accord, a lot of the other states that are party to the treaty had indicated they will remain in the treaty and will remain bound by the again indicators that within the first day that him signing his executive orders to rejoin the accord definitely indicates the United States' commitment to its provisions and to regain leadership in that space. Yeah. What hasn't happened sufficiently since the United States had left in the Trump administration is that no one had been able to fill that leadership vacuum. And the trend with the United States and then the spaces that it enters, it desires to take leadership in there. So I think with the whole COVID-19 pandemic going on in the past year or so, it has kind of taken the limelight away from that, and I think the United States will definitely be looking to re-establish itself in the Biden administration. He had indicated that he'll be looking to hold a separate summit, which we can indeed look forward to, whereby he is trying to urge a lot of the big players to be a bit more ambitious, be more ambitious to the measures that will be taken to curb climate change.
Yeah. And then, of course, there was a contentious issue. Well, it's contentious in America and most of the Muslim countries. The issue of immigration, particularly in those what was called the Muslim ban. On one hand, you have President Trump trying to kind of set stricter conditions or issue stricter measures in terms of entry into the U.S. due to COVID-19, but one assumes he would also want to sort of extend an olive branch to certain countries after the former president made enemies of some of those countries. How will he be able to sort of strike that balance?
Sure. I mean that's interesting. I think lifting the so-called Muslim ban doesn't exist.
All right. We seem to be having problems with our connection. They're very unfortunate as we're having that interesting conversation. That is UNISA Senior Lecturer, Mr. Yamkela Ntola. We'll try at some stage to get hold of him on a better connection.